Hello and welcome to another episode of Record Rap, the Adventist Record News Podcast. It's Thursday, November 27. I'm Juliana Muniz.
And I'm Ashley Yankiewicz.
This week, hundreds of Sydney teens gather for worship night.
Evangelistic series draws hundreds in remote PNG district.
And Adventists support community healing after unrest in New Caledonia. But first, Ashley, what's been making headlines around the globe?
In Zambia, Adventist Women's Ministries hosted a skills-building farm tour at 2 local farms where 108 young women from across the conference learned agricultural, business and spiritual leadership skills. With many young women in Zambia struggling to find employment, the initiative was designed to empower women, both spiritually and practically, in ways that will help them transform their communities. The group was shown a variety of crops as well as animal rearing projects run by solar power. The program left many women motivated to turn their own ideas into sustainable, income-generating livelihoods. In other news, Kingdom Bank, a UK-based Christian financial institution, has been ranked one of the fastest-growing companies in the country. The bank's main goal is to provide mortgages and support various churches and Christian charities in securing property for their ministries. CEO Paul Houghton credited the bank's rapid rise to God's provision and the faithfulness of Christian savers, whose deposits enable loans to churches and ministries across the UK.
Now back to the South Pacific. More than 300 high school students came together for a worship night in Sydney on November 14. The event was held at Mountain View Adventist College in Doonside and brought together students from all 4 Adventist high schools across the city. Many invited friends, and for some, it was their first time at an Adventist event. The night featured student-led music and a message from guest speaker and former Mountain View student Generic Sulu Afele. The worship night is part of an ongoing collaboration between school chaplains and the Greater Sydney Conference Youth Department to strengthen spiritual connection and fellowship among high school-aged students. The next worship night is scheduled for March 27 next year and will be hosted at Warunga Adventist School. A recent evangelistic series in Papua New Guinea drew big crowds and concluded with 28 baptisms. The 10-day campaign was held at Bundahei Church in the Western District of Manus, with around 900 people attending each evening. The meetings were led by Pastor Wilson Hosea from Vanuatu. Members of his home church, Atara Seventh-day Adventist Church, accompanied him to support the initiative. The campaign was a joint initiative of 7 local Adventist churches and was sponsored by the Manus Province Governor, Charles Benjamin, the son of an Adventist missionary. In the wake of last year's riots in New Caledonia, the Seventh-day Adventist Church is helping rebuild trust and community connection through health ministry. On November 9, volunteers from the 10,000 Toes campaign partnered with local nonprofit SPID to run a free health program in Camere, one of the hardest-hit neighbourhoods of Noumea. The area suffered major damage during the 2024 civil unrest, including the destruction of the local college and disruption to essential services. The Adventist team ran a full wellness circuit, offering free health checks, lifestyle guidance, and follow-up counseling. 17 volunteers served around 40 participants, many of whom were unfamiliar with the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Team members said the event created a unique opportunity to share the church's holistic approach to well-being and left a strong impression on those who took part. They described it as a moment of connection and healing, not just physically, but also emotionally and spiritually. And that wraps up this week's episode of Record Rap. Thank you for tuning in.
Don't forget to visit our website at record.adventistchurch.com and follow us on social media for more updates and stories. You can also receive news straight to your inbox by subscribing to our weekly e-newsletter.
We'll be back next week with more news from around the South Pacific Division. See you then.
This is an Adventist Media podcast.